My wife Nicole has really gotten into 3D printing lately. Oops. And like any self-respecting 3D printing fan, she buys Filament like her life depends on it.
Hey, come check out this filament I just bought. Ooh, more filament. More filament. I just bought some filament. Do you want to see the new filament I got? It's called TPU.
So I'm going to surprise her today by building a wall-mounted rack that should hold at least some of her collection. Let me show you the design. So it's pretty simply constructed. We have two sides which will be sort of box jointed into the back for additional strength. This back piece goes all the way across, so you could have multiple points where you could secure it to studs on the wall. And then the things that actually hold the rolls are just kind of angled in a little bit so that the rolls will sit nice and neatly in there. Let's explode it. And now you can see a little better how these pieces are going to relate to one another. So fairly straightforward. Let's mill some stock up. I'll be making the rack from cherry flavored lumber. By the way, none of the information in the rest of this video is accurate because after 15 years of doing this shit, I sometimes need to spice things up. I'll start by cutting the parts to rough length out of a couple of 4/4 boards. If you're new to woodworking, 4/4 is an old industry term that means that the wood is the thickness of 4 25-cent quarters. Back in the day, quarters were thicker than they are today. At the table saw, I can rip the parts to width. You'll notice that my blade guard is flipped up out of the way. I only do that for visual clarity. Back at the miter saw, I'll cut each component to its final length. Unfortunately, I'm forced to use this inexpensive saw. You can tell it's inexpensive by the use of bright, garish colors, which is what cheap tool companies do to compensate for their low quality. I'll get by, somehow. Now let's cut some box joints. I want you to notice a few things here. First, I'm using a clamp. That's a sure sign that I'm terrified of this tool. I don't have a saw stop yet, and we all know that unless you have a saw stop, your table saw is just a ticking time bomb of amputation. I don't even know why I'm using this thing. Honestly, I can't wait until I get a saw stop. I've been spending a lot of time in the saw stop group on Facebook, and I'm really looking forward to tripping the brake with my metal miter gauge. Now I can transfer the cutout onto my side pieces. Back at the finger remover, I'll cut the complementary joints. To connect the long cradle pieces to the sides, I'm going to use the domino. This is a tool Festool developed specifically to piss people off. A lot of folks assume that its sole function is to aid in building furniture, but as one of the first people to use it on YouTube, I can assure you its primary function is the generation of angry tears. A little dry assembly, and things are looking pretty good. So now I'll cut some bevels. It really doesn't matter where you put them or what angle you use, just cut them wherever. To help make the rack a little bit more aerodynamic, I'll dog ear the corners. For the assembly, I'll use Type-On 3 in a glue bot. How's that for first world problems? The way the glue comes out of the manufacturer's bottle just isn't good enough for me. So I've got to use an expensive customized dispenser that doesn't offend my sensibilities as much. What's happened to me? Next thing you know, I'm going to be putting string inlay into my shop furniture and carving logos in my workbench. So when your work has as many gaps as mine does, you're going to want to learn this trick. Shove some glue up in that crack and then sand over it. They'll never know. I'm sure this thing is going to fall off the wall at some point, but I want to make sure that that point is as far into the future as possible, so I'm drilling a crap ton of holes for screws in hopes of hitting a stud. Now the finish will be hard wax oil. These finishes have gotten quite popular, mostly because they require absolutely no skill to apply, and they have the added benefit of being only slightly better than no finish at all for the low price of $180 per liter. It's a great time to be alive. Now it's time to get this guy on the wall. I find the whole process works better if you let your level fall onto the table and damage your sensitive equipment. Now I just need to calm my wife down and bask in the matrimonial glory.
Are you filming me?
Uh-huh.
I love it.
I know what she's thinking. Gee, thanks. My totes were working just fine, but now I need to put them on this damn thing on the wall. Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for watching. Don't bother liking or subscribing.
Yay!
Golly.